position, 6 feet 7 inches, number 44, Allen McKenzie. At the other guard position, at 6 foot 3 inches, number 36, Marcus Smart.
On the road looking for a win against an Eastern Conference rival. The Chicago Bulls are ready for this thing to get started. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, joined as always by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Boston playing for the home crowd again tonight. They're still in the picture, playoff-wise, but 3 games back from that 8th slot. They'll need to play well down the stretch.
Time is running out on them, Kevin. If they're going to make a move, they've got to get it done now. They've got to get busy right now.
Yeah, I don't know if they've got it in them, Clark. I really don't. I think if they were going to get it done, they'd probably already have done it by now.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Mr. Moves in at point guard. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. Then there's Jimmy Butler.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
So it's Chicago now after the basket by Boston. Kicks to Gasol. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Shot clock at 5. 3-pointer, Butler. The shot is off. Last outing for Chicago. They won that game against Miami.
I thought the way they attacked the rim and got into the paint was phenomenal. It seemed like after a while, the defense just kind of waved the white flag.
That's exactly what will happen when a team continues to attack the goal and come away with layups. It demoralizes the defense.
And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And I love how he goes with that one-hand tomahawk slam. Beautiful.
Now Young inside. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off. Absolutely, Clark. No one in his airspace on that dunk.
Yeah, but come on, Kevin. The defense can't let that happen.
I hope they let it happen more. It's fun to watch that guy fly.
It's just a gift, 2 points they gave up. That's awful.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
For Boston, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Here's Smart. Tries again, and he sinks the layup.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Mr. Moves. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Boy, he's got a nice-looking stroke. That almost went in.
Yeah, a lot of times he'll hit that shot regardless of the defense.
McKenzie, defended by Butler. No good with the triple. Bulls trail by 3. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Let's take this opportunity to show you the teams that have been the best 3-point shooting squads over the last 10 games. Number 1, the Bulls.
They've been really pleased, Kevin, with their 3-point game. It's working better for them thanks to some adjustments they've made in their transition game.
So it's Boston now. Nice shot by Smart. Smart's got his first bucket in this one.
And the layup just gift-wrapped right there. I mean, he had a clear path to the basket.
Tries from 16, and the jumper is good. And it's 7 points for Mr. Moves.
Well, he's off to a good start, and he's a guy who we know. I mean, if he gets going early, he can give you problems all day.
Young outside. To the right side. Here's McKenzie. And it's off the back rim. No good. Bulls trail by 3. Now we'll go to Dorisburg, who had a chance to talk with head coach Stan Van Gundy.
One player he said he's worried about in this game is Pau Gasol. He said with his length and touch, it's really hard to bother that shot. We're going to try to be physical with him, body him up early, and deny him position. And guys, That's what a lot of teams try with Gasol. Force him to really battle through contact. We'll see how it works.
Thank you, Doris. Here's Young after the made shot from Mr. Moves. And Young, here we go. Pass to Smart. Young outside. 1:52 left to play in the first quarter. Smart passes to Paxson. Butler with the steal. And here's the fast break. Here's Mr. Moves. Throws down the breakaway jam. Tremendous stuff from a guy, Clark, we think more of for his passing.
Yeah, but he's got tremendous leaping ability and a surplus supply, too.
Well, that's a great aggressive move and 2 big points, too.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. Bulls making a switch here. Now we get a chance to check out 4 games left on the schedule here. You look at the Bulls. They've got their eye on the #1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings, and guys showing no signs of letting up. And, of course, there's Boston. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
You know, right now for the Celtics, the thing with them is they haven't really established an identity for themselves as a team. They never have seemed to come up with a plan and stick to it for very long. They've been all over the place in terms of their identity.
And I put that on the coaching staff more than anyone else, Clark. A coherent strategy has to be in place, or it's impossible to climb up the standings.
Now here's Butler. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, Kevin. Tom Thibodeau had some words for his team in that last huddle. He made it clear their offense needed to run through Mr. Moves. He's the guy they typically depend on to spark their scoring attack. And from what Coach was saying, that's going to hold true again here. It's still very early in this game, so there's plenty of time for those changes to take effect, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Chicago shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And he makes the first. Some changes for Chicago.
That's the way to shoot the rock.
Will make substitutions. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. So for Chicago right now, Mr. Moves, he's in at the point. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Here's Mr. Moves, coming off a solid outing against Miami. Noah the screen. Here's Mr. Moves. Outside Butler. Just 5 to shoot. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest seemed easy.
The Celtics have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Outside Bradley. Hits it from three-point range. Bradley's got 5 now. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
There 5 times already the lead has changed.
The Celtics with the lead. Ball's knocked loose. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Kenzie passes to Paxson. Fades and shoots. And again, it's Boston converted. Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against the 76ers.
And their energy level at the defensive end was fantastic in that game, guys. They made finding an open shot very difficult in half-court situations.
And I thought, Steve, they excelled in transition defense as well. The energy level you talked about was obvious in that part of the game, too.
Kenzie passes to Wood. Nice ball movement by Boston. Outside Bradley. The second chance effort. Here's McKenzie. And a miss there on the triple. Bulls trail by 4. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA scoring-wise. Well, you look at Mr. Moves, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
Well, all you have to do is point to his name at the top of the list. What a season it's been for him. He's been amazing.
Butler goes in from deep three-point range.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Here's McKenzie. Second shot opportunity. Can't get it to go. Excellent D there for Mr. Moves. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And again, Chicago, no good. Celtics leading by 4. And Young, here we go. Gasol with the rebound. The Bulls have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Here's Mr. Moves. Cans it from downtown. Mr. Moves got 14 points for the game.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Smart's checked in for Brent.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Marcus Smart. Over and over since the break, he's proven why he's always one to watch. Averaging about 15 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds. I'll tell you what, it's been a brilliant run of games for him. He's been doing everything right.
Yeah, I don't know what's gotten into him, quite honestly. He's been pretty much playing out of his mind, if you will.
Good. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
Well, that's how you send it. 2 hands and hammer it down.
The shot's good for Mr. Moves. Clark, the coach, was really passionate in that last huddle, trying to do everything he can to get his message across.
You know, and I'm not sure what he wanted exactly, but he did it with enough fire that I'm guessing he's not going to be happy with any lapse in execution. I mean, he made his point pretty clear.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Smart. Trains it from 9 feet away. Smart's got 4 points now in the quarter.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
Dishes it to Butler. Pass to Mr. Moves. From the high post, and he gets the bucket. Mr. Moves got 18 points.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
20 seconds left in the second quarter. Mitchell kicks to Mirotic. Tipped away. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
That's how we do it. Good work.
All day long.
Clock at 6. And a tight game here as we end the first half. Celtics lead by 1. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with Coach Tom Thibodeau. And Coach,